Yolanda says she filed charges after Duke threw a telephone at her. She's countersuing for mental anguish and pain and suffering.
Come to order. All rise. Now, this is case number 54 on the calendar in the matter of Cozad versus Reyes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Cozad, you work as an attendant for someone who was ill. Is that right?
Yes, Judge Scheinman.
And it is your claim that when you went to pick up some of this person's medical material at the doctor's office, you came in contact with the defendant, who was a receptionist. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And there was some sort of a dispute as to whether you had the right to pick up these records. And there were, according to, I guess, to both of you, words exchanged. You left and was subsequently arrested and
There was no arrest, Your Honor.
Subsequently charged with assaulting the defendant, and you incurred a great deal of expense, lawyers' expenses, court expenses. Those charges were ultimately dismissed, according to you, and you are suing the defendant for malicious prosecution, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant says that you did, in fact, assault her, and she is counterclaiming for a variety of things as a result of that assault. So that's what this case is about. How long had you been working as an attendant, Mr. Cozad?
I've been living with the particular person involved for about, it'll be 9 years in November.
Is this an employee relationship?
No, Your Honor, we've just been roommates, and he has trouble with reading and writing, and so he assigned me power of attorney in 1998, which I have proof of.
Okay. What records did you want?
The results of a blood test called a PSA.
PSA is for usually for prostate cancer?
Yes, Judge.
Did you call the office first?
Yes, I did. She said that she could not provide me with the results over the phone, but asked me if I had power of attorney and stated that if I had brought it to the office, I could obtain the results.
So what did you do, sir?
I discussed this with Leonard, who said that due to the fact that his next appointment wasn't for 3 months, he'd like to have the results in a more timely fashion. I went to the office, presented Ms. Reyes with the power of attorney document, and asked for the PSA results. She asked me for a copy of the power of attorney form, which I provided her with, and she said she would like to place it in Mr. Park's file. I indicated that was my only copy, and that if she could just take a copy of the original and then give me the results. Then she said she wouldn't do that.
She wouldn't make a copy of the power of attorney?
Right. She handed me the form back, and then I stated to her if she didn't provide me with the results, I would call the police. And then she handed the phone receiver through the window to me and dialed the non-emergency number, which had an elaborate menu, and I asked her to press 0. And then she said, well, I have to go call the police somewhere else, and she took the phone away from me.
How did she do that?
She grabbed the coiled end of the cord that was attached to the base unit on her side of the wall and pulled on it. And I have in the police report that her colleague was there and stated that's what she did.
Okay. Now, what's the next thing that happened? You left.
No, I went downstairs to where the pharmacy was, and there's 2 payphones there. And I called the police a second time on the 911 number, at which time they told me that in between the 2 calls, Ms. Reyes had made a call. And did I throw a phone at her? And I told her no. Then I sat down to wait for the police, and her colleague, Ms. came down and sat right next to me and said that the whole...
Don't tell me what Ms. said. That's hearsay.
She sat next to me and talked with me for a while and said that if...
Don't tell me what she said.
Then she went back upstairs, and then 2 officers came. At the time, there was no arrest, and she wrote down some notes on a small pad.
Did you subsequently, sir, have to appear in court?
Yes, Your Honor, I had to
How
appear
many
6 times.
Did you hire an attorney?
Yes, I did initially, Your Honor. I have the receipts and the description of the things that the attorney did for me.
Okay, and ultimately you then had to use a public defender.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did the case ever go to trial?
No, Judge. The case never went to trial. There was no arrest. The case was dismissed at the request of the DA.
Do you have a letter to that extent?
Yes, I do. And
okay. So what I would like to see first is the letter of dismissal from the district attorney. Then I would like to see your police reports, including the statement of Ms.
Your Honor, the police report also states that there were no marks or injuries
Just a
upon...
minute, I will read it. Don't tell me what it states. Reading was one of the first criteria that I had to pass for this job. So the district attorney decided not to prosecute this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's one thing. Well, this report from the police doesn't really bear out, sir, what you told me. He told me that he pulled the phone back and then threw it in the window towards the cradle. Kozad told me, I guess I wasn't as gentle with the phone as I could have been. He told me that when he threw the receiver, Reyes was near the back phone talking to someone, and he did not see the phone hit her.
Your Honor, I'd like to address that inconsistency, and the fact of the matter is that she was next to the phone because her colleague stated the same thing, that she was next to the phone.
The colleague, Miss, also said that you threw the phone.
Your Honor, what she perceived as throwing of the phone was due to the tension developed between me holding the handset and Miss Reyes holding the cord. I released the phone, and it went back through the window.
Kozad, according to Miss, pulled the phone back and then threw it through the window. That's what she says.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Duke Kozad says office manager Yolanda Reyes had him falsely arrested after he attempted to retrieve his friend's medical records. Yolanda says Duke threw a telephone at her.
She, that's Miss, went downstairs not to comfort you, sir, but to get the license, but to get the license plate number of your car. That's what she went down for.
Well, Your Honor, how would she know what kind of car I drive to do this?
I'm just telling you that there are inconsistencies here with the story that you tell.
Your Honor, the officer, while she did an exemplary job, was a trainee and made other inconsistent remarks on her report,
I'm just telling you,
too.
these are your reports. These are the reports you gave me.
The items in quote, I did say I wasn't as gentle with that phone as I could have been. Everything else is the officer's words.
And you threw it. And Ms. says you threw it. You asking me to look at Ms. statement. Ms. says that you threw the phone. That doesn't mean necessarily that it hit her, because nobody saw it hit her. And the police officer saw absolutely no bruising on her, nor marks, nothing. So I don't know whether you hit her or not. What makes you think, Miss Reyes, that it's against the law to turn over a patient's records to the patient?
Those are the rules, and I have a letter from the doctor.
I don't give a rat's tutu about... I don't give a rat's tutu about what the doctor's rules are. Doctor's rules are not law. You said to the police, according to policy and the law, patient's records are their records, and a patient wants the test results, and a patient's allowed to get the test results. Period. End of discussion. And if he's got a power of attorney, he stands in the same place as the patient, right? That's one thing.
Yes.
So you were wrong. He had a power of attorney. Now, my next question to you is, I assume that in a medical office you have a fax machine or you have a copy machine. Is that right?
Yes.
Why didn't you volunteer to make a copy of his power of attorney?
I did. He got mad.
No, just a minute. You said to him, nicely, when he came in, is that the power of attorney we talked about? I'll take it. Let me make a copy and put it in the file.
Exactly
Is that what you said?
Exactly what I did.
Is that what you said?
She said, I'd like to place this in the patient's file, meaning the copy I had. I said, that's my only copy. Could you, I can't release this copy to you. I need to retain possession of this copy.
Did you ask her to make a copy of it?
I don't remember, Your Honor.
I don't know whether she said she had to make a copy or not, because when you got off the phone with her that morning, she was hell-bent on trying to contact the patient himself. So she called the patient, and you spoke to her on the phone and said, the patient's doing the laundry. He cannot come to the phone. Right?
I said he was out. I didn't say he couldn't come to the phone, Your Honor. I said he's outside doing the laundry.
That's exactly what I said. Mr. Kozad, let's not split hairs here, sir. So then you come down to the office after she has tried to get in touch with the patient, I assume to verify that, you know, it's okay to give you the record. She's not able to do that. So I don't think that you were...
Your Honor, she did know because I accompanied Mr. Park to the office on 2 previous occasions to fill out his forms.
I don't care. They don't want to get sued. They don't want to get sued by giving any of his medical history to somebody if they're not absolutely positive that that's what the patient wants, especially if you're not his guardian. You may have power of attorney. However, you have power of attorney, it allows you, I assume, to get what you need. Let me just take a quick look at your power of attorney, sir. I'd like to see it. Claims and litigation, personal and family maintenance, benefits from Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and the military, retirement plan transactions, and tax matters. Nothing here says that you have the right to his medical records. You want to take a look at it again?
Your Honor, under item K, where it says benefits from Medicare, Medi-Cal, etc., Mr. Park paid for his doctor's visit with a Medi-Cal card.
Stretching! There's a difference between paying for with a Medicaid card, Medi-Cal card, check, or anything else. It doesn't give you the right to get his medical records.
I'm in error, Your Honor.
You were. So that if Ms. Reyes had given you these medical records, and if Mr. Parks had sued the doctor for turning over those medical records, they would have been unprotected. That's not to say that you hurt her. Now, Ms. Reyes, I would like you to tell me your version of what happened.
I got a call on September 21st around 9:30 in the morning from this gentleman here, Mr. Kozat. He told me, he explained to me, I've been reading an article in the paper in regards to the PSA, and I want to get Leonard's, test results. I said, well, first of all, I don't have that right. The doctor is the only one that can release that information to the patient. He said, well, I have power of attorney. I said, well, as soon as the doctor comes, I will have him call you and release that information to you. He got upset and he hung up. I gave it a few minutes to call the patient and let him know that doctor will give you a call and give them to you, and if you have any questions, you can have all your questions answered.
Okay.
When I called, he said, no, he's out doing laundry, and hung up on me. About an hour later, he shows up, very hostile, irate, demanding that I give him the test results of that PSA of our patient. I again told him, I can't release this information to you. The doctor needs to release this to you. I asked him to see the paperwork. He gave it to me. I proceeded to step just not even 5 feet behind me to the copy machine, and he started getting very hostile at the window.
What did he say?
He said, give me my paper back. No, I didn't say you can make a copy of it. Give it to me right now. He goes, I'm going to call the cops.
Go ahead.
I said, hold on. I gave him back the paperwork, called the police department, handed him the phone. I wasn't on the phone, so I don't know the prompts that you have to go through. And we had another call. There's another phone behind me, say maybe 8 feet at the other desk. And my medical assistant proceeded to get that call. She had a question regarding one of the patients that was calling.
So you walked over there?
No, I did not. I did not walk. I stood right here. Here's my desk. Here's the phone. Here's the window. I grabbed the phone, gave him the cord. He stood right at the window. And as I did that, he started getting irrational. Oh, well, I take back those comments that I made about you. I thought you were more intelligent and professional than this. And, I said, wait a minute here. I said, you really need to leave because we had 2 patients coming in. I told him,
You need to leave.
You need to leave and call, the cops somewhere else. I hung up the phone.
You pressed the button to hang up the phone.
To hang up the phone. I thought I was doing him a favor.
Whatever. You weren't doing him a favor.
He stepped a couple feet back, stretching the cord like an angry face, like just trying to break my phone, and then threw it at me, and it hit me here and here.
You were not injured, other than...
Just the phone just slamming me really hard from it going and him pulling it because he caused it,
You didn't receive any medical treatment?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay. But you decided to press charges against him?
Yes.
Tell me why.
For the mental anguish, because, after that day, of course, I left. I left my work. Yes, I did. I didn't come back for 2 days.
You were upset? Okay.
And I still proceed to
Your
lock
Honor,
the
she
door.
called her husband, who threatened me in the hallway of the medical office.
I'm not, just a second. Am I talking to you?
No, Judge.
Go ahead. You left that day. And what kind of harassment do you say you've suffered since then?
Physically, the public defender came into our office like 5 times trying to tell me we could settle this out of court right now while we have patients, no consideration for the doctor's business at all.
That can't be attributed to him.
And
His lawyer, that the public defender, sometimes they get a little bit overzealous.
Oh, I
Remember those?
understand. They're
Remember
doing their
those?
job, but I
Little
mean,
bit overzealous. You know, so he comes to your office and he figures he'll make a pest out of himself. You'll say, forget it.
And on the 28th, his brother called me and insisted that I release the chart to him. He said, I'm coming from the airport right now and I'm going to get that chart. I said, no, you cannot come to the
You
office.
can't attribute that to him either. By the way, did the brother come to the office?
No, we told him not to, and I called the police, and it's stated in here also.
Okay. What else? What other harassment?
Other than just not feeling safe at my place of work, wondering if he's going to walk in, because an hour later he walks through the door.
That only happened once, is that right?
But he's called, yes.
I've never called.
The once that he showed up in the office to get the medical records was this one day that this happened. Is that right? All right, your counterclaim's dismissed. Now let's get to your claim. A, Mr. Kozad, you did not have a power of attorney to get medical records. At least on its face, there are certain specified things that you are enabled to do as a result of the power of attorney, and getting medical records is not one of them. So you were wrong to go there and to confront Ms. Reyes with regard to those medical records, because she would have been negligent had she given you those medical records. I find that by your own statement to the police immediately after this incident occurred, you threw the phone at the defendant.
I never said that, Your Honor. Those were Officer's words.
You gave me the report. That was what other officer reported immediately after this incident.
Incorrect,
That's
Your
a
Honor.
poli-
That report wasn't written for 2 days subsequent to the event itself.
This is 9 months later, sir. And 9 months later, your memory is not as fresh as what happened as it is 2 days later. Mr. Kozad, I'm making my ruling now. This is not the time to argue. You, whether you threw the phone at Miss Reyes and hit her, or threw the phone at Miss Reyes, and even if it missed her, that is either an assault or an attempted assault. And I find that you did, in fact, throw that phone through the window, so that she had a right to pursue her remedy and be a complainant in a case. Now, the fact that the prosecutor's office determined, put your hand down, not to prosecute you because they have better things to do, does not mean that the incident did not happen. Certainly, I don't believe that this was a malicious prosecution. You acted badly that day. She tried to do the right thing. She did, in fact, call the patient to try to get in touch with the patient after she spoke to you. I believe that you did hang up on her when she called, that you went to the office, you went with a faulty document. She refused to give you those records. She had an absolute right to do that. You got angry, you threw the phone at her, and she had you either arrested or charged. That is her right as a citizen, and your lawsuit is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are
The
excused.
district
May step
attorney
back.
would have came today. The district attorney, Deputy William Sparks, was willing to come to court today, and they were.
Corey Malenfant are suing Tina's father, 37-year-old car technician Walter Brooks, for illegally repossessing Tina's car. Walter is countersuing for the down payment and repair costs.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 199 on the calendar in the matter of Malenfant versus Brooks. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Malenfant, you are Miss Malenfant. Who are you?
Miss Malenfant. She's my mom.
Mother. Why don't you have a seat? How old are you?
17.
The defendant is your father.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you needed a car. And your father agreed to help you out with getting a car. He put down the down payment on the car with the understanding that you would make the monthly payments and keep up with the insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I assume from your complaint that you followed through with your end,
Yes, I did.
and there came a point when he took back the car.
Yes.
When did he take back the car?
He
A
repossessed
sleepy
the car.
sigh beneath the blanket,
And you say he had no basis to
reaching
repossess
for
car,
the
and
sky. Now you
payments
stand
paid
here,
to a bank, I assume,
a woman in the
for
light.
the time that you had the car.
Your
Yes.
own
And that was $1,449.
story shining ever
So you had the
so
car. Did you have the car in October?
Yes.
My little
January,
girl,
February,
you've
March,
reached a
April, May, June.
magic
You had the
door.
car really 9 months.
A
Yes.
brand new
Your father says you did not follow
world is
those
waiting
consequences.
to
You won't give a substantial amount
explore. Go on and fly, my 18 springs. Spread your Flying ever higher. You'll make mistakes, darling, that's how we learn. There are lessons hidden at every turn.
I got a message from him.
Trust your instinct, let your spirit lead the way. So the good seeds bloom a little more each day.
Are you going to help me out? Are you going to give me some?
That's not true, Your Honor.
I have a message if you want to hear it.
I don't have to listen to it. Go ahead.
I called the Department of Human Resources and spoke to someone named...
Where were you living at this time?
I was living with my mom. I guess he was mad because I called DHR on him about that, and he took the car from me.
Okay. Had you paid May's payment for the car?
Yes.
Okay, you have proof that you made
I have proof of all the payments, yes.
Okay, what about the insurance? Was that all part of the 180?
Uh-huh. And I also have a check, a copy of the check that Virgil wrote to the man who rebuilt the engine,
Okay.
stating that he did pay for that. I don't have all the receipts. I mean, I didn't expect for this to
All the
happen.
receipts for what?
For the car payments that I made. I have probably 4 of them, but I didn't keep them all. I didn't expect to be here in this situation right now.
So you only have proof of making 4 payments?
Virgil gave me that paper. He highlighted all the payments that I made, and he signed at the bottom of it.
Well, I see here there was 1 month when you made a payment of $90, and then you made a payment of $80.
That was, I would pay early sometimes because I would have the money at that time, and I decided to pay early sometimes.
No, you weren't paying early.
What day was that?
May 11th.
May 11th, I made a late payment, and they allowed me to they gave me 5 days of grace, I believe.
No. Instead of making a full car payment in May, you made a partial payment May 11th of $90.
Yes.
Then you made another payment on May 18th of $80.
Yes.
Okay, you say the payments are $180 a month, so
Yes.
9 and 8 is 17, so that's $170. So you were $10 short.
Okay.
Okay. Then you don't make any payment in June, the beginning of June at all. You make a payment June 22nd in the amount of $80.
Yes.
That's not responsible. Ms. Malafont, I'm going to tell you why you have no basis for a lawsuit against your father. You have no basis for a lawsuit because you had this car for 9 months.
Yes.
And you say you made $1,440 worth of payments. That means that you paid $160 on average a month.
Okay.
You had the full use of a car for $160 a month for a period of 9 months.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes.
You can't rent a car for $160 a month.
I understand that
Good.
the car was in, that I should be responsible for the months that I had paid for the car, but I don't think that he had a good reason for repossessing it from me.
Well, I'm going to let him tell me, but you did not keep up your end of the bargain. If he co-signed for this for you, and you are a minor, which means they can't go after you at all.
Yes.
You can't make a contract with a minor. That has to do with your lawsuit, too, sir. You did not fulfill even your moral end of the obligation because you did not make these payments on time, as you're supposed to a finance company. They don't want to, at the end of the month, when your payment is due in the beginning of the month, get a partial payment. And you didn't do that once, you did it more than once.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Tina Malenfant says her father, Walter Brooks, illegally repossessed her car.
Did you receive a call from the company in June?
I received a call that they did not have any indication of her having any liability insurance. Now, she only had collision. That's what was financed. But the state law, as of July 2006, you had to have liability insurance. She never carried it. I always carried it. And she had an accident.
Had you discussed that with her?
I had discussed it with her before she moved out, that she needed to cover her insurance, that I wasn't going to cover it anymore. And she ignored it.
No, Your Honor, he didn't. He had canceled my insurance a long time before I moved out, and he never even notified me. And when the car, he had canceled it when the car was in the shop, actually. And when he told me about the car payment that he made when the car was in the shop, he said, and I'm not paying for your insurance anymore either. And I said, well, that's fine. I'll get my own insurance. And he said.
Did you ever do that?
I was going to, but
No, not going to. Did you ever do that?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So he did have a discussion with you and told you back in February, it's your car, it's your responsibility, get the insurance.
Yes.
And you didn't do it. And you didn't make the February payment, and you only made a partial payment in June. So he had every right to take the car back and say, listen, I can't risk my own financial situation, put my own financial situation at risk because she's not doing the right thing.
Yes.
So he had every right to take back your car. So you have no case. Now, you have a counterclaim, and your counterclaim is for the down payment that you put on the car, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I'm going to get through it.
Okay.
For the down payment that you put on the car, for the cost of repairing the engine, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For the payments that you made for her to bring the credit up to what it should be.
Correct.
You can't make a contract with a minor. Didn't anybody ever tell you that, even a minor who's your daughter?
Okay.
Who told you that?
Nobody.
But you know that.
Right.
And you didn't make this agreement with her mother
No.
on her behalf.
No.
Where's the car now?
I have it in my possession. It's at my house.
Are you using it?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't have insurance on it. I'm just using my truck.
Why don't you sell it?
I plan to. I just was waiting until this is over beforehand.
Fine, I suggest you sell it.
Okay.
Good. Counterclaim is dismissed. You used the car for 9 months?
Yes.
You had full service of the car for 9 months, with the exception of the time that you blew an engine on the car and it was in
The engine was already, it wasn't,
October, November, December, January. You drove the car for 4 months before you had to bring it into the shop. Is that
the
right?
radiator was cracked in it when we got it back too.
You drove the car for 4
Yes,
months
yes.
before you had a problem. Now, on another note, do you speak to each other?
Me and her?
No, not her. Him.
No.
You don't speak to your father?
No. I have they were to issue a protective order against him if he contacted me anymore.
Well, that's too bad. How long had you lived with your father?
Almost a year.
And prior to that, you lived with your mother?
Yes.
Why did you move out of your mother's house?
There wasn't enough room. I have a daughter, like I said, and there
How old
wasn't
is your
enough.
daughter?
She's 1. There wasn't enough room for both of us to stay there, and it was very crowded.
Okay. I can't get into the basis of the protective order. It's really beyond this, so I can't make a judgment with regard to whether or not it's a good idea for you to speak to your father, not a good idea for you to speak to your father. Only the two of you know that. In any event, you had a good time with this car. You used it. I assume you used it for work, whatever. Next time you get financing for a car, it's not going to be through your dad. Are you 18?
No,
when are you
not
going to be
yet.
18?
I'll be 18 in March.
Okay. How are you getting around now?
My mom takes me.
That's
where I
good.
need to go.
Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I didn't get the money that I really do deserve.
I guess it's a lesson that we both learned.
They're both very sick people, and something needs to be done about them.
Don't go buy the used cars for your kids.
I just don't plan on talking to him anymore.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Vincent Miller versus Crowell. Step forward, please.
20-year-old student Amber Vincent and her boyfriend Josh Miller are suing 24-year-old computer technician Roger Crowell for breaking her windshield with a softball.
Who was driving the car that day?
I was, Your Honor.
And whose car is it?
Mine, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, you're driving your car. It's a 1995 BMW, minding your own business, and all of a sudden you see a ball come towards the car, smashes your windshield. And it is your claim that the defendant, who was playing softball on that day, was at bat and responsible because he hit the ball that was responsible for your broken windshield.
Correct.
He says it wasn't him, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, once your windshield was smashed, tell me exactly what you did.
Well, first, I would like to point out, as I was on the decline of the hill that was parallel to Centennial Middle School, I actually noticed the ball players playing ball. And as I was driving, you know, I see if my windshield wasn't there, I could have literally caught the ball with my hands. Shatters the windshield, bounces off. I don't know where it went. I pulled right in. And from that moment, the first person I saw was a woman in a van with a bunch of kids. She, in turn, was the coach's wife who was there and pointed out Mr. Kroll as the person who had hit the ball. She said that she saw him hit the ball. She
Can't
heard
tell
it
me
hit
what she
something.
said. That's all hearsay.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's not true either, Your Honor.
Well,
Listen, we're not talking about an intentional act here, sir.
Okay.
Do you understand? We're not talking about an intentional act. You weren't aiming, or whoever hit the ball wasn't aiming for a car. You were aiming for a home run, or whoever hit the ball was aiming for a home run. So you get on the field where they were playing ball.
well, never.
And you have, just a second, and you have a discussion with somebody in a car. And how long did this discussion take?
I was still discussing stuff with her in and out of conversation until after the police had arrived and departed the scene.
Now, when you arrived, did you see who was at the plate
Yes.
hitting? Who?
It was Mr. Kroll.
And you pulled into the parking lot. Did it take you a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? How long did it take you to pull in?
30 seconds. I mean, it hit and the driveway was right there. I pulled in, parked the car. It was actually, I don't even remember if I left it. I think I left it even running when I got out of the car because I was just frantic.
You're telling me that when you pulled in, you saw the defendant at the plate?
Yes, he was holding the bat, standing at the plate.
That's
Okay,
not true.
shh. Don't say anything else until I ask you a question. Understood? Good. From where the person who was at bat is holding the bat and where your car was originally hit, is that in front of it? I mean, what I'm trying to figure out is, would have been a foul ball or would that have been a home run?
It was, I asked who had the home run swing.
Just a second. So that would have been a home run.
Correct.
Now, I am not really a sports aficionado. However, am I correct, Bert, that if one hits a home run, what one does immediately is drop the bat and start running around the bases? You do that immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as the ball takes off,
Yeah,
right?
in
You see
anticipation.
it go, and you start running.
That's right.
You get where I'm going?
Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. You get where I'm going? So it took you 30 seconds to get in. According to you, when you got there, he's standing poised
Correct.
to bat.
Not poised, standing there holding the bat, almost in anticipation of my arrival. It was during
He can't-
softball practice.
No.
It wasn't
Okay.
a game.
No. Now, Mr. Crowell, I have a couple of questions for you. Would you do me a favor while I'm getting it? Would you just get the estimate of the windshield? 'Cause
Sure.
I'm sure she has that as on the paper. Tell me about this league that you play with, sir.
We played in a county softball league. It was co-ed.
So you are part of a team.
Yes, I was the coach.
Okay.
I arranged the team and everything.
Fine. And how long has this group been playing together?
We started practicing in April.
Same group of guys and gals?
Yes.
How many are on the team?
At the time, there was probably 15.
Are there dues?
Yes, there were.
And what are the dues?
Well, it was $20 for each player for the players' fees, and then the team registration fee came out to be, if you had 15 people, $20 per person, and our sponsor paid the sponsor fee, the team registration dues.
Okay. You get where I'm going? I'm not sure you get where I'm going, so I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
Because this is not really a very difficult case. I don't know whether you were at bat or whether you weren't at bat. It really is not relevant. You were the coach of the team, right? You put it together.
Yes.
Put the lead together. There is the question in my mind that the plaintiff's car was hit by a softball that somehow emanated from your team. Now, we have a totally innocent party, and that's this team over here. Totally innocent. They're driving along. And on the other side, we have some guys and gals who are playing softball, and certainly without intention, one of their members was responsible for a ball getting away. Who do you think should pay?
Well, Your Honor.
Take a deep breath before you answer that question, because we're talking here about responsibility. Not necessarily your individual responsibility,
Right.
sir, but we're talking about baseball in a windshield, baseball on a baseball field.
I was willing to investigate the matter because we didn't know if the county would pay for it, since it was an organized practice and we're playing on their fields. So we wanted to look into that, and of course I was going to do that. There was also a gentleman that had been hitting before who had hit quite a few balls over the fence, and there was a couple.
From your league?
Yes.
Yeah.
None of them struck anything. None of them, they all bounced off the road, and this guy probably shouldn't have been hitting up there anyway because he's probably the best hitter on our team, but and being that the fence is so near the road.
Let's get on with it. Who do you think should pay for their broken windshield?
Not me.
Your team. Not necessarily you if you say you didn't hit a ball that far. And it's very possible that you didn't. And even the guy who was hitting before you, I'm certain didn't intend to cause any damage to anyone. Well, you got innocent people and you got the team responsible. So you take up a collection, you tell everybody, kick in $25, we're going to pay for the windshield. Period. End of discussion. Have an estimate here for $300.52. Judgment for the plaintiff. Get it from your team. That's all.